everybody, Gary Stuckey here. Welcome back to another episode of Steve Perry News. You know, this past week, the Journey family lost another member when John Villanueva passed away. And if you don't know who he is, maybe you've heard the story about Steve Perry was his Portuguese cousin. And Mike Rowe explained it in a video. I'll put the link in the description of this video, but really good story. But, you know, John Villanueva, he was a roadie, good friends with Herbie for many years, right? And then the band Journey, before they were Journey, they needed a name. And who comes up with the name? John Villanueva. So we can credit John for naming Journey, right? But when Robert Fleischman was in the band, they had another singer in mind, ready to go and take over. And without making a big announcement, they had Steve Perry come in and act as a roadie. But they're going to secretly let him sing, you know. So John Villanueva said he had this Portuguese cousin, you know, that was working as a roadie to kind of cover it up. You know, John Villanueva was Portuguese also. Robert Fleischman was away on purpose. They let Steve come in and sing some songs, and that was it. So Steve was in the band. But you know, like I said, we lost Herbie recently. Just lost John, and Herbie passed away on the same day, October 25th, same as Bill Graham, a promoter for Journey for many years, good friend of Herbie's. And it just seems like all these guys, we're just losing them, you know. And it keeps making me think, and I've done videos many times about this, and some people disagree and have opinions and things like that, but you know, Journey's got a new album coming out. They got a new tour just announced. Tickets go on sale today, 10 a.m. and but they're going to be in Las Vegas starting on my birthday, December 1st. But then they announced a tour next year starting in February. They're going to be with Billy Idol, and then I think in April it's going to be with Toto. It's going to be pretty cool. More dates are going to be announced, I believe, and it's going to be great. But the name of the tour is going to be called Freedom. Well, that was the name that Herbie Herbert was going to call Raised on Radio, right? He'd already named all the albums since, you know, Steve had started, you know, and this was going to be the name. Freedom was going to be the name, but Steve decided he wanted to call it something else. And we know that eventually Steve would leave the band, and then whenever it came time for Trial by Fire, when they got back together, you know, Steve decided he didn't want Herbie to be the manager anymore. You know, there's a lot of stories, and you know, Steve has admitted different times, you know, he's made some decisions that maybe he shouldn't have, or you know, and I know those guys over the years might have had some issues. But as you remember, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Steve gave credit to Herbie for being the guy to help him launch his career and really Journey's career, because it just made them the best band ever. It's just, I think, coming up on 50 years for Journey, it's a good time for those guys to kind of say, hey, let's do something, you know. Regardless of what, you know, I know people are going to say, he said he's never going to rejoin the band. Yeah, you know, people can change their mind. Things happen. The big thing is, it'd be nice, my opinion, you know, if those guys got together and Steve doesn't have to rejoin Journey, but as in tribute to Herbie, as in tribute to 50 years of the legacy of Journey, and as in tribute for the fans, maybe they can do something, maybe one show or two, and maybe Steve could appear on the album, and we'll see what happens. Just throwing it out there, you know, and I'll get a lot of comments saying it's never going to happen. I don't think it's ever going to happen. somehow they know the future and they say it's never going to happen. Okay, don't get that. But anyway, just wishful thinking, hopeful. It's a possibility. All things are possible, right? Um, so we'll see. Hey, until next time, everybody, this is Gary Stuckey. Whatever you do, don't stop believing. God bless you.